Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 6 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter operations with integers. The lessons we're going to cover today are add integers, subtract integers, multiply integers, and divide integers, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? Okay, here I'm on grade 6 maths. Chapter we are on right now is operations with integers. Let's just start with lesson that is add integers. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, so integers are the numbers with positive and negative sign, right? Positive numbers represents the increment or profit, and negative number represent the decreases and losses, right? So we are going to learn how do we add the integers. So the first example is 7 plus 2. Both the integers are positive, right? If that you're not given the sign with the numbers, that means they are positive. So 7 plus 2 is 9, right? Just look at the second example. Negative 5 plus negative 5. So you're going to add two negative numbers, right? They both have the negative signs. They are the negative integers, right? So you're going to add two negative integers. When you have two negative integers, you have to add them. But the answer is negative because both the number is negative. So negative 5 plus negative 5, the answer is negative 10, right? There are some rules that you have to apply when adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing the integers, right? So in this lesson, we're going to learn which rules we are going to apply when we are adding the integers. Let's just start with the practice questions, test questions, right? Okay, 10 plus 3. Both the numbers are positive, right? When you are not given with any sign with the number, that means the number are positive. Otherwise, you are given with a negative sign. So they both are the positive numbers. We just have add them. So 10 plus 3 is 13. The correct option is option number 1. You simply have to add them and 10 plus 3 is 13. So option number greater number. So the correct option is 1. 10 plus negative 6. So you have a negative number, right? That means you have to subtract them, and 10 is the greater number, 10 is positive. So 10 minus 6 is 4. The correct option is 4. Got it? The correct option is 4. Negative 9 plus negative 3. Both the numbers are negative. Like if the numbers have same sign, you have to add them, and if they both are negative, the answer is negative. If they both are positive, the answer is positive. So negative 9, negative 3, both the numbers have same sign. You have to add them, right? But both the numbers are negative, so answer must have a negative sign. So the correct option is negative 12, right? Okay, let me just sum up the rules. The rule you have to apply when adding the integers, right? If the numbers have same sign, if both the integers, you can note down these rules. If both the integers have same sign, add them and put the sign with answer same as the numbers. Like for example, if both the numbers are negative, negative 9, negative 3, you have to add, but both the numbers are negative, answer is negative. If both the numbers are positive, add. Both the numbers are positive, so answer must be positive. Got it? You can note down this rule. These are very important when you are adding the integers, right? Okay, now if both the integers have the opposite sign, you have to subtract them. If both, if the integers have opposite signs, right? If the integers have opposite signs, subtract them and put the sign of the number that has the greater magnitude with the answer. Got it? Okay, for example, the numbers are negative 9 plus 3. You have to subtract. Answer is 6. But the greater number is 9. 9 has a negative sign, so you have a negative sign over here, right? Now, again, you have to subtract. But greater number is 9. 9 is positive, so answer have a positive sign. Got it? If you have any problem with the rules, you can ask question. I will explain again. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to next lesson. Any question you can please ask. Okay, let's just move on to next lesson, right? The next lesson is subtract integers. Now we're going to learn the rules we're going to apply when subtracting the integers. Subtract integers, right? Next lesson is subtract integers. Okay, the next one is subtract integers. Okay, -7 minus 9. They both have the same sign, right? You can consider it like this. -7 plus -9. Like you're adding two negative numbers and you know how to add, right? When both the numbers have negative sign, you have to add and put a negative sign. So that's -16. Got it? Let's just start with the practice questions. 3 minus -7. So subtracting a negative integer is same as adding. Subtracting a negative integer is same as adding. So you have to do 3 plus 7. Got it? And the correct option is 10. Keep this very important line in your mind, or you can note down this line. Subtracting a negative integer is same as adding. So 3 plus 7 is 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, option number 1 is the correct option. -8 minus -8, right? So subtracting a negative integer is same as adding. So that would be -8 and plus 8. You're subtracting a negative integer, subtracting a negative integer. So it would be same as adding. So -8 plus 8 is the correct option is 0. How -16? You're not adding, you're subtracting. Do not apply the rules of adding integers. You're subtracting. Subtracting a negative integer is same as adding. You have to do -8 and plus 8. That would be 0. The correct option is 0. Hmm. 1 minus 3, which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? That is -2. -2 it is. You are subtracting a greater number out of the smaller one. You cannot subtract a greater number out of the smaller one, right? So you cannot, you have only one pencil. How can you give three pencil to someone? Got it? So 1 minus 3, you cannot subtract a smaller number out of the greater one. So that means that would be -2. That's a loss. That would be a -2. Got it? 3 is a greater number. Answer must have a negative sign. -3 minus 5, which is the correct option? So you can write it as like this: -3 plus -5, right? That means you are adding two negative numbers, and you know how to add two negative numbers. When you add two negative numbers, you have to add them and both are negative. So answer must be -8. The correct option is -8. The correct option is -8. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? -7 minus 9, which is the correct option? -16. It is very good. The correct option is -16. -8 minus -2, which is the correct option? That is -6 is the correct option, not only 6. Because subtracting a negative number is same as adding, right? But 8 is the greater, have a negative sign. That would be subtracting a negative number is same as adding. So that would be -8 plus 2. And 8 is a greater in magnitude. So the answer is -6. The correct option is -6. The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. Three minus -2, which is the correct option? Subtracting a negative number is same as adding, so the correct option is That is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. One minus 10, which is the correct option? The correct option is -9. It is you are subtracting a smaller number out of the greater one. Answer must have a negative sign. Eight minus 3 option is 5. 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is multiply integer, I think. Yes, let's just start with the multiply integer. So the rule to multiply the integer is if you are multiplying two positive numbers, like if both the numbers have the same sign, answer must be positive. And if either of the number is negative, the answer is negative. That's a simple rule for multiplying integers. If both the numbers have the same sign, the answer is positive. And if both the numbers have the different sign, like if either of the number has the negative sign, the answer is negative. -5 times -4. Both the numbers have same sign, right? Answer must be positive. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 20. Option number 1 is the correct option. -4 times 5 is one of the number is negative. So answer must have a negative sign. -28 is option number 2 is the correct option. -8 times 2, which is the correct option? -8 times 2 is -16. Option number 3 is the correct option, right? One of the number is negative. So answer must have a negative sign. Negative 9 times negative 4, which is the correct option? Yes, both the numbers are negative, so answer must be positive 36. It is option number 1 is the correct option. Negative 5 times 9, which is the correct option? Negative 5 times 9 is negative 45. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Seven times negative 9, which is the correct option? Yes, negative 63. It is option number 2 is the 3 is the correct option. Got it? Negative 1 times negative 2. So which is the correct option? That is 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Uh, Negative 1 times 1, which is the correct option? That is negative 1. One of the number is negative. Answer must be negative. The correct option is negative 1. Option 2 is the correct option. Negative 6 times negative 5, which is the correct option? The correct option is 30. Option number 3 is the correct option. No, not negative 30. How negative 30? Even negative 30 is not the option there. -5 times 3, which is the correct option? -15 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. -1 times -7, which is the correct option? -1 times -7 is 7. The correct option is 7. -8 times 7 is -56. The correct option is -56. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next one is divide integers. So when you divide integers, the rules are exactly same like the multiplying integers, right? If both the numbers divisor and dividend is negative, the answer is like if divisor and dividend have same sign, the answer is positive. If either of the number is negative, the answer is negative, right? So dividing integers have exactly the same rules like multiply integers, right? The first example is 15 divided by -5. So divisor is negative. Answer must have a negative sign. 15 divided by 5 is 3 and the answer will be -3. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. -18 divided by 3, which is the correct option? The correct option is -6. Option number 1 is the correct option. -9 divided by -18, which is the correct option? No, you have to divide -18 by -9, right? That's actually the division sign that it is like this. -9 divided by -18 like this, right? So both the numbers are negative. Answer must be yes, 2 it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. The correct option is 2. Negative 6 divided by 1, which is the correct option? Yes, negative 6 it is. One of the number is negative. Answer is negative. Negative 24 divided by negative 3, which is the correct option? Yes, 8 it is. Option number 1 is the correct option. 7 divided by 1, which is the correct option? The correct option is negative 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. 3 divided by negative 3, which is the correct option? Negative 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Negative 1, one of the number is covered today are add integers, subtract integers, multiply integers, and divide integers, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.